That's the rhythm. When you hear that, you know what's happening. Thanks for staying with Sunrise. Now you've joined us in our What's Cooking segment, and today we delve into the folds of ackee and catfish wraps made by our Nella Campbell, the owner of Nella's Sandwiches Bar. She's joining us this morning to share more about them. I like the name Nella's. What's popping, Nella?
Hi, Adrian. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. How you get involved in all of this? You get up one morning and say, I'm going to just do this as a profession, or you had formal training?
Okay, so I've always enjoyed cooking. It's something I do in my spare time. When I'm home, always cooking, my favorite part of the house. So I realized that I was good at it, and I was at work. I'm going to start making.
Yes, you can.
So I was at work one day, and I had a team that worked a late shift, and they really did not have a lot to eat at night because, everywhere is closed. So I started making sandwiches for my team. And then from there, I just continued.
What was the feedback from the sandwiches?
I got really good feedback, and that's why I continued.
Now, people call wrap sandwiches, but what's the difference between a sandwich and a wrap?
All right, so I'm about to show you. Well, for example, this is the sandwich, right? It has the bread, and I put everything in there, the tomato and the chicken. This is a chicken sandwich, by the way. So I put all of that in there. But with a wrap now, I just use a tortilla wrap, and then I just put the ingredients. It's basically very similar, except that what I use to hold the ingredients is just
So
different.
if I'm at home, I could literally use a base for the actual wrap itself?
So say, for example, you were thinking of a healthier option, then you could use this instead of the bread, if you're not into eating bread.
Oh, okay. All right. So I could put a little mayo there,
Yes,
or
you
something there,
could. Yeah, yes, you could.
based on my liking and my taste. How nutritious is this?
All right, so this is gluten-free. So I know a lot of persons are allergic to gluten. They're not, especially now with the health trend. Everybody's going to the gym.
People don't even know what gluten is. They just go to the supermarket and just pick up something.
Well, that's true,
gluten in there and just eat.
That's true.
Yes.
And it has wheat in there as well. So it's not so much like the bread. And if you notice, it's a lot thinner as well.
Right.
So you're not eating as much, and the calories are less as well.
Okay, but I
Yes.
can make this thick if I want to do that by doubling up.
I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, that's fine. I'm just asking.
I wouldn't recommend it at all.
Yeah, so you're going to put the ackee on.
Yes, so I'm making the ackee and saltfish wrap. So when I made this ackee, I made sure not to I don't use grease or anything in there because, it's the healthier option.
And when you talk about grease, you're talking about some kinds of cooking oils and fats and that sort of thing?
So I try to avoid using that because I want to make a healthier option,
Okay.
right? So it's basically just do the ackee. I just pre-prepare the ackee with my tomatoes, my onions, and then you really don't want to pack it up too much.
Right,
You don't want
so you want to fold it properly.
Yes, because you want to be able to
All
fold
right,
it
so
properly.
the ackee is the only thing that you're going to be putting on it?
Yes, that's
Okay.
all. Because I already added all the seasoning, the saltfish,
fine.
and all of that. So I really just need to put it in there, wrap my wrap. And you can wrap it however you want. Some people might wrap their wrap just like this.
Right, and then
And then
cut it.
tuck
And
it
there are
in.
some people who feel like they don't need to cut it. You just take it and then
Just
bite
take
it.
it just like that.
Right.
Right? And then you just cut it. You just get your knife. And you cut it.
Juicy, isn't
That's
it?
simple. And then
But then you can use it so that,
your toothpick.
and
Yes,
you
if you
can
don't.
get a little tomato and garnish it or whatever,
Yes, and
decorate
then
it quite nicely.
because a lot of people eat with their eyes.
Right.
So once it's pretty, then it's gonna look
All
delicious, right?
So, and then tell us what's in that container here.
Yes. So for this container, I have a chicken
You
salad.
can just cover this properly
Yes,
and just put it one side there.
Yes. So let me put it on this
On
side.
this side now we have
So on
what?
this side, I have a chicken salad.
Okay.
So I have corn, cucumbers, chicken. I have purple cabbage. Let me open it so you can see it a little bit better.
And so our viewers can see how
Yes.
delectable it looks.
Yes. And I have
you
some
go.
cheese in there,
Right.
some lettuce, tomatoes.
And if I want to replace the cheese for those persons who, have the sinusitis and all of that, What can I replace that with?
You don't have to replace it with anything really. You can just take out the cheese.
Okay.
Some people might use salad dressing. You can use ranch, any dressing you want, any regular salad dressing on it, or you can just eat it just like this.
I realize that you're using the purple cabbage. I can use any color cabbage I want.
Yes, I use the purple cabbage because, you know, presentation.
Right, okay.
And, you know, people...
And the value of it in terms of nutrition.
Yes.
Okay. And lettuce and sweet corn. And these
Yes.
are from the cans, or you prepare it yourself?
No, so the sweet corn, I normally use like the canned corn, but all the rest of the ingredients, other than the cheese, of course, I normally try to get fresh from the market.
Okay.
Yes,
Fresh,
you know,
market,
fresh is best.
You go off market every Thursday, right?
Yeah, eat what you grow, grow what you eat.
That too. With regards to this concoction right here, it looks quite interesting. Tell us a little bit more about
This is a parfait. It's normally, you have the, well, I have the option of doing it with fruits as well as the granola and the nuts, or just the parfait with the yogurt and the nuts. So I use plain yogurt. I also use lactose-free yogurt because not everybody is able to digest milk, regular milk. So it's just some, I have some.
So tell us about the topping there.
Some cranberries.
It looks really, really nice.
Yes.
I see the cranberries. I see nuts.
Yes, and some pumpkin seeds,
Very
almonds,
nutritious there.
yes, and granola. So this is like a complete breakfast.
Yes.
So it will really fill you up.
All right. Who do you cater to?
All right,
vegetarians, regular Jamaicans like me?
So for me, I cater mostly for individuals that, you know, working and they don't have the time to get something healthy to eat. So you just grab...
Always on the move.
Yes, and this is why my slogan says goodness on the go. So you get all this goodness on the go without having to prepare it yourself, because not everybody has the time to do it. So that person that is looking for healthy-ish kind of options, you really just don't have the time and you want to eat healthy.
So
I'm catering for
currently
those.
during COVID-19, do you operate from home, or do you still go into the space and do that, prepare people come pick up and go?
So I'm operating from home right now, but what I do is I deliver. So I will take it to their workplace, home, depending on where they are, because I'm located in Montego Bay.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I deliver in and around. And you know, a lot of people, especially call centers, they don't have the time to rush in town, especially now, most places are not even open. So it's convenient for me to just take the food to them, and they don't have to worry about waiting or anything like that.
Okay.
They just call in advance.
And these are the only things that you prepare. Well, talk about the other wraps that you prepare outside of the ackee and the saltfish wrap.
So outside of the ackee and the saltfish, I also do chicken wraps. So for the person that are looking for chicken, and then not everybody eats chicken, so I use tuna as well.
And not everybody eat a specific part of the chicken.
Yes. For most, for example, like when I'm using, making the wraps or even the salad, I try to use the breast.
Chicken breast, yes. Why do you use the breast? Because a lot of people don't like the taste of it.
Yes, a lot of people don't. But then one of the reasons I realize that a lot of people don't is because sometimes it can taste a little bit too dry.
Or it has to do with how it is actually prepared.
I believe so.
But it's prepared nicely, it is quite juicy and succulent and all of that.
All of that. And it goes well with all the other ingredients. So they mesh perfectly. So for example, if somebody does not want the breast though, I normally give them options to customize their order. So you don't want the chicken breast, that's fine. I'll give you the part of the chicken that you want, because at the end of the day, catering to the customer is very important.
And you have different salads as well?
Yeah, I do tuna salad and I do chicken salad.
Just those two? Just
those two.
And with regards to this nice something here.
The parfait.
Yes.
Yes. I do it with fruits and I do it with just nuts and yogurt.
There are people who would prefer certain things.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about how they can find you on social media and how they can now taste some of your delectable delights.
All right. So on social media, you can find me at Nella Sandwiches. That's Nella Sandwiches. You can also call me or send a WhatsApp message to order at 778-9055. So once you reach out to me via any of those platforms, you can order on Instagram or you can order via the phone.
There you go. Nella's. It sounds homely, isn't it? Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and your creation with us this morning. I'm sure people are salivating at home this morning. Thank you, Nella.